Go, boy!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another 3BG at the movies. And this time we're getting to the Vin Diesel magnum opus Fast X, Fast 10, however the hell you say it.
It's
We're
Fast
here.
10. It's Fast 10. Look, man, give me my popcorn. We're going to talk about this real quick.
Oh,
Whoo!
All right. The basic premise of it is essentially Dante Reyes, the son of Hernan Reyes, you may know from Fast Five, is out for revenge on Toretto and his family, and he's doing what Cypher and other villains couldn't do, which is literally tear apart Dominic Toretto and his family top to bottom in every which way he can. And this was probably the best way to do this. How do you take down a group of heroes who are chaotic in their own, superheroes, super chaotic in their own way of, bringing justice to the villains that they face? You get a villain who is just as equally chaotic, and that's Dante Reyes.
No, Dante Reyes is who? Dante Reyes is the Fast and Furious equivalent of Zemo.
See, I was gonna say Joker from The Dark Knight.
No, he's definitely Joker. Don't get me wrong. He's definitely Dark Knight Joker, but in a sense, I call him Zemo because
he's calculating like Joker and Dark Knight. Joker, Dark Knight.
No. I'm talking about in the way that he goes out to accomplish his mission. Because again, when you go see this movie, yes, this movie does end on a cliffhanger because it's already been said that this is set up to be not one, not two, but a 3-picture story.
Instead of it being a 2-parter, which would make sense, but okay.
I'm fine. Listen, I am fine. I have no problem with them wanting to go
That's
3. Like, I have no problem with them wanting to go 3
Fast
stories.
12 instead of Fast 11 being the last. No, it's Fast 12.
I mean, come on. Here, I have no problem with them going 3 movies to tell this story. My only concern is just have
it's padding. It's padding.
No. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. Just have the right writer. Have the right writer. Tell the story in the way that you're going to tell it. If you need to involve as many characters as necessary. In fact, from watching this movie and knowing what Vin Diesel's plan is, I meant to tell you this the other night when we came out of screening. Vin is going to Metal Gear Solid 4 this.
I mean, dude, he already did. Let's be real.
No.
It started way back like 2 movies ago. We knew this was gonna happen.
No. I'm talking about if this is how you're gonna end it. Because remember how MGS4 was supposed to be
but that's what I'm saying. It started like 2 movies ago because MGS4 was literally like the greatest hits of Metal Gear, and you kind of knew this was the direction this was gonna go with the franchise.
Hold on, Chris. I just need you to understand the point where I'm coming from. When I say he's going to MGS4 this, meaning you're going to throw everything in the damn kitchen sink.
That's what I'm
saying. into ending this. Like, I believe we're going to see more characters from the first 3 movies.
That's why I was saying there is it's like we knew this was the inevitable conclusion. Like, I think from Fast 4 onward, we knew there was always going to be these callbacks from previous films, in a way, because that's part of the reason why a lot of folks were hyped for Fast 9 because, hey, the Tokyo Drift crew is in the mix now, which, I mean, given how this movie goes, they're going to probably end up being back in some way.
I was disappointed. I was a little disappointed with their involvement. I'm like, now they don't even live in Tokyo.
Let's be real. I said it then. You go with the wheelhouse of what they're used for.
No, I know. And again, I have my problems with F9, and just like how you have your issues with what they're doing with Fast 10. That's fine. But that all aside, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
No, I enjoyed it. My issues is outside of it. D already talked me off the cliff on that one. It's just the outside stuff that annoys him. The movie itself is good. It is. Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal.
See, again, this is why my argument will always stand, Chris. I go see the movie totally
it's not
blind.
the trailers.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Just Vin talking
No,
is why I have
no,
an
no, no,
issue
Chris,
with.
Chris, 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 Chris. Let me finish. I said I go into these movies completely blind. I enjoy it, take it for what it is, enjoy it, hate it, whatever. And then after that, I don't go looking on social media. I don't even try to stumble on
but
social
that's what I'm
media.
saying. It's not social media. It's in front of me based off of Vin talking, and it pops up on Access Hollywood and all this other shit. And I'm like,
Okay,
man.
I'm gonna say when did he? Well, let me ask you. When did he say this?
Oh, he said this literally like 2 weeks ago. He was
Where?
when it got a net when it was like it was either E Network, it was one of the shows that he was on, and he literally was like, hey, we were supposed to be Fast 11. It's supposed to be a two-parter, which I was like, okay, that makes sense because you want to make this, like you were saying, your Metal Gear Solid 4. Fine. I already knew this was going to be inevitable. But then when he said, oh, we're actually going for a third, it's going to be a trilogy, and Michelle Rodriguez came through and was basically saying, oh yeah, this is going to be its trilogy to end the saga. And I was like, why does it have to be a trilogy? Like, come on, dog. Like, and that's the thing. It's just more like rolling my eyes, like Vin.
This is why I don't watch the Chris. This is why I don't watch this sort of things. I mean, it doesn't even matter whether social media, Hollywood. I don't watch any of that stuff.
But even no, but it's past that. It's just my issue is when studios don't know when to leave well enough alone and just stop. Just where your franchise is in, let it in there, and then see what happens afterwards. And I think it speaks more so past just Vin. It's just a lot of studios do this, and I'm like,
but Chris, if that was really the case, if that was really the honest to God case, learning to to know when to leave well enough alone, they should have did that back at Furious 7.
No, but that's the thing. It's like I don't mind them keeping going with a franchise, but I can smell Universal because they're not doing any more Jurassic Park films. They're like, okay, we need a franchise. And they're looking at the Fast franchise like, well, we could, and it's like, all right. But that's, like I said, that's a separate thing that I can rant on. 10, really good movie. And like I said, I think the biggest thing for me that stood out for me was much like Infinity War, right? Where all the heroes, they were on their back foot from beginning to end, right? I think for me, for the longest time, I always wanted to see the crew squirm, and not just briefly squirm for like 5 minutes. I'm talking like beginning, middle, and end. They're squirming. This movie gave it to me. Finally.
Well, I would say that what this movie gave me was, hey Roman, you finally got what you asked for from F9. Remember that line that he said it was it in the first 30 minutes of the movie of, I went through a shootout and not a single bullet hit me. These are armed guys, they're trained, they do this. It's an actual army. I managed to take down all of them and walk away without a scratch. We're invincible. And I said, why do I got a feeling that this is gonna turn around and slap everybody on Dom's crew in the face in a future movie? And welcome to Fast 10.
And that's Fast 10. It's like, it's literally like we've seen this crew, even at I don't even think they've ever hit really a low point per se in these film movies since Fast 5. Like, because Fast 5, it's like, all right, they're in Rio, but like, what was the lowest point? Fucking Dom and Brian, oh shit, they're about to get fucking hit with with phone books and shit when they were tied up by Reyes' crew. That's about the closest they got to any sort of like hardships and shit, right? But ever since then, it's like, oh, we got all this money we stole from Reyes. We're going nuts. We're going crazy. Yes, Cypher tried to kill us, but hey, we overcame it, right? Nah, man, you took a drug lord's money, a drug lord of a fucking country's money. You had to know this was gonna bite you in the ass.
A drug lord who had his property boot on the neck of a country. By the way,
and I think what makes Dante Reyes so great is that he makes doing it like, oh, the bills come due, dog. I'm taking everything. I'm taking everything from you, and I'm like, thank you. That's all I wanted.
Dom basically was the Fast equivalent of the South Park meme of "and it's gone."
For the first time ever, Dom is actually sweating from top to bottom, beginning to middle and end.
Yes,
for the first time.
For the first time, he doesn't. For the first time, he can't throw out one of the worst written lines in a Fast series, and then freaking foot stomp, foot stomp a damn parking garage, and boom, roll credits.
Hey,
That's the end of the movie.
look. Dom's mantra of family. He tries to family his way through this movie, and it does not. It's ineffective.
I would have to say this has probably had to been the least amount of times I heard Dom say the word family.
But yes, if you play the drinking game, you will probably die of alcohol poisoning because it's Dom ain't the only one that says it.
No, I'm talking about Dom specifically.
Oh, see, he says that shit 6 times at least.
Yeah, 6 times against his usual 12.
You mean 20, sir? What are you talking about?
I'm saying 12. I'm saying 12.
You're being nice, sir. You just say 20, all right? Just don't need,
look, I'm not trying. Listen. I'm not out here trying to commit homicides from people with this drinking game. Damn it, it's 12. Okay. Don't listen to do not listen to my alcoholic co-host here, y'all. Please.
All I'm saying is Dom tries to family his way through this shit, and Dante's like, nah, nigga, that shit ain't working, dog. We ain't doing.
Like family. You took away mine.
I didn't even like him like that, but
yeah, I didn't even like him. I didn't even like him like that. But hey, he was offering something that was laid out specifically for me, and then you just had to come and mess it up.
And I'm glad Fast 5, and I think it's universally agreed that as much as like I said,
it's
Fast
the best
5
movie in the franchise.
No, I'm not talking on that end. I'm talking like Fast 5 is kind of like the patient zero of like everything that really jump started the Fast series off to the races in a way. Because Fast 4 is where I felt Fast 4 is where it finally formed this identity of how insane it can go. And Fast 5 was like, all right, inject that shit with some steroids and then poof, off, right? So I'm glad they're using Fast 5 as a Too Fast is where
No. I tend to disagree. I might be alone in this, and I don't care. I'll die on this hill when I say it. It's always been like this. The very first, I'm gonna say the nucleus of when this shit happened was the last race in the very first Fast and Furious over 20 years ago.
Nah, but that was typical. I agree with you. I disagree with you indeed. That was typical Hollywood racing, right?
It was typical Hollywood racing, but again, it always starts from something. And I'm saying from the very little, it was that part. It was that part. Yes, Dom survived a dislocated shoulder. That's about it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the typical shit that we seen in like Smokey and the Bandit, Dukes of Hazzard and shit, right? That's why I always go to Too Fast because that's where it was like, okay.
No, Too Fast is when it got comfortable. No, Too Fast is when it got comfortable to do the stupid stuff that they did in that movie. All right.
That's why. And then Tokyo Drift is where they were like, all right, we got to bring it back to the melodrama of the first movie, and then also give you races. Which even in that movie, the races were pretty standard. It wasn't nothing crazy other than like DK flipping 3 times over the cliff and shit. And old boy dodging them. That's like the most you got out of that film, right? But that's why I said Fast 4 is where they were like, okay.
Well, Fast 4, aka the soft reboot.
Yeah, the soft reboot in a way. That's when they were like, okay, we gotta marriage the melodrama with the insanity, which is why you got that whole, hey, we got this secret bunker that we're racing through. And I'm like, okay, so I guess this is where Fast and Furious is. All right, cool. This is where the franchise is at, and then Fast 5 said, all right, we're gonna really go nuts. But Fast 10, they use Fast 5 as the baseline for this story point of Dante and Dom button heads. And everybody's coming out the woodworks as Sue pointed out, like just everybody that you think of, like, Mia comes back, Jacob is back, playing the uncle and stuff, which, last we saw Jacob just kind of went off on his own on a soul search by the end of 9 and stuff. But like everybody that is back. Helen Mirren's back. We see fucking Jason Statham, Decker Shaw. He's back. It's all these characters.
Thanks to F9, you pretty much already knew that Jason was coming back.
Yeah, so it's all these characters, even down to Cypher, and you're like, well, how are all these characters mixed in? And Dante literally is like, yo, bill comes due for everybody that has touched the crew in some way, shape, or form.
I'm going to say it now. Second movie, we're going to see the return of Leon.
If he didn't come back earlier on, he's not coming back this time. Sorry.
But dude, there's 3 whole movies.
Hector has a bigger chance coming back than fucking Leon.
They'll bring him back too. Shit.
Yeah, no. Hector's coming back. Leon, I could put 100 on that shit. He ain't coming back. He should have been back in when Letty came back from the dead. And was it Fast 7 or 8 or whatever? When Fast 7. No, 7. Yes, no, 7 when they did the race wars at the beginning. Yeah, 7 when she came back for race wars and shit, right? I was like, Leon should have been there. He didn't show up. And I'm like, so we just don't care about Leon.
Oh, that race wars scene was like a blink and a miss.
But it was perfect time to throw him in there, even if it was for like a hot second. You put Iggy Azalea's fucking goofy ass in that fucking scene.
She was relevant at the time, but still,
I don't see it.
There are 3 movies.
I don't see
cards. It. Hey, look, cards on the table. All bets are off. 3 movies. You're ending the franchise. This is your Metal Gear Solid 4 of the Fast and the Furious franchise, and I'm telling you, he has to be in it.
You're the only one that cares about Leon.
I didn't say I care about him. I'm just pointing out facts. I'm still expecting. Listen, you say that
Drift King has a bigger chance of coming back than Leon.
For what? His story's done.
Don't matter. Revenge.
My man's been 86th from the entire country of Japan.
All the more reason to be pissed.
And we're not going to see the return of Sonny Chiba because R.I.P. But
fuck, old boy from 2 could come back. I have a bigger shot at
see, that's what I'm. No, see, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Because
I would like to see. I would like to see. I would also like to see even Mendez pop up again.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you have those characters have bigger chances than Leon, unfortunately. And look, it's not like I want to try to dash that, but it's like they had plenty of opportunities to bring that fool back even briefly, and they didn't. I feel bad for the guy, the actor.
I mean, there's still places that they didn't go. You know, there's still places that they haven't even gone to yet. I do believe that this movie is going to circle back to Japan.
Oh yeah, I mean, Tokyo crew, obviously.
And again, like I said. Dude, all bets are off. This is a movie with one of the most cerebral storylines on planet Earth. They can do whatever they want. Bro, hold on. I already threw up. Listen, it's a meme. It's a joke among 3BG. Cyborg clone Johnny Tran coming back. You know, that could happen. Well,
Johnny Tran has a bigger chance than Leon. That's all I'm saying. You're putting a lot of hope in Leon.
I'm not saying I'm putting a whole lot of hope in. I'm just saying, listen, if he were to pop up, don't be mad. Don't be surprised if it happens.
Yeah, I mean, even then, it's kind of weird because a couple of months back, the actor that played Leon, he got somebody from Screen Rant interviewed him, and it's like, yeah, he appreciates the fan interest, but he was like, I don't really care to return either. And I was like, damn, that sucks. So it's like,
well, see, if he said that, okay, well, if he said that, then fine.
That's why I was like, if he was gung-ho for it, I'm pretty sure Vin would have been like, fuck it, bring him in. But like, I just remember when he said that, I was like, at first I thought it was bullshit, but then like I saw the interview, it was like, oh damn, that sucks.
I mean, he's happy making his stuntman money in in Marvel movies.
Yeah, so but the movie itself, it's like the team doesn't get a chance to breathe. The action is just as fucking ridiculous as the previous movie was. I know some people be like, how can you Trump go into space? Oh, Lord knows this movie hits certain things.
You'd be surprised. You would be quite surprised because going into space to just do one particular thing, the whole space thing was just one part towards the end of the movie. This whole movie is 2.5 hours of just mayhem.
And like, again, and I think that's probably why it works, because you have, as me and Sue said, this Joker / Zemo character that just wants to make everything insane, because he's literally like, no, I'm
just
putting Dom in the ring. It's just cause, but it's fun seeing him like, yo, I get pleasure out of putting Dom back against the fucking wall. I want to see this motherfucker sweat.
It's like, you really thought that you can Jesus piece and wife beater your way through this movie.
It's like, nah, nigga, you sweating be, like, yo, and I'm not even making fun of, I'm not even joking, folks. Like, this is the first time like Dom literally is like, he's gonna need some fucking what's some Midol or whatever and shit, some acid tablets afterwards. Like, holy shit.
I would say this. Let's just say Dom, going through all the other Fast and Furious movies, Dom will probably give himself a survival rating of getting through the movie like 99 out of 100, right? This movie, he gave himself a clean 50-50. Bro, like, you would have to give him a clean 50-50.
And that's why I said this movie is very comparable to like Infinity War, because then even in that movie, it's like, yo, Thanos was coming. Like, you were not stopping that motherfucker for shit. Like, he was like, yo, I want these gems. I don't care what has to happen. We're making this shit happen. And like,
I've been denied once before. I will not be denied again.
And that's that's Dante Reyes. Dante Reyes is like, oh, I'm making this happen. Oh, the crew's here? Doesn't fucking matter. I'm still getting my way. And that's what makes him great.
This became Fast and Furious. Anybody can get it.
Yes. Like all your favorite characters, they can get it. They can get
in the worst way possible.
Little Nobody, Shaw. So it kind of goes into even what you're saying. I agree with you on the Metal Gear Solid 4 thing. It's like you're putting all your chips on the table to really, because despite whatever you feel about Metal Gear Solid 4, I felt that was a good way to kind of bring everything in this big, crazy finale of the Metal Gear franchise. And you have to do that with the Fast franchise. And as much as I'm like rolling my eyes at like, this is a trilogy, I can give Vin Diesel the fact that he's like, you know what? I was able to shape this franchise to get to where it's at, to where we can get a 10 and it's been its own little trilogy of stories that ties up everything, to where he's getting all these characters. Even, this ain't really a spoiler, The Rock is in this movie, pops up briefly, right? And even with that being spoiled, to be honest, folks, that's not even the biggest surprise this movie has. There's like at least 3 to 4 surprises in this movie that threw me off. I was like, holy shit. Like okay.
Wow. I'm going to say 2 of which that I called.
I think me and you both called a couple of them in like random conversations we had offline, but we were kind of like, oh, we'll see what happens. And then when it happened, it's like, son of a bitch, I knew it.
Remember, listen, I'm just going to throw
even back when said movie happened, I was like,
But remember what I said. Everybody just made that assumption, like, "Oh no, it's impossible. It's impossible." I said 2 things: combat roll and tuck and roll.
No, but it really kind of goes down to like these movies.
Kevlar.
No, not even that. But not even that. It's like with any character, it's kind of a situation of these movies have always left it very open-ended unless it was something definitive, and that's what this movie does. It's like the Fast and Furious. That's again with this franchise, including Fast X, they leave so much stuff open-ended to where they're not like they're not right. The writers aren't writing themselves into a corner.
Yeah, then unless you are the movie's villain, nothing is like
off the table.
Nothing's off the table, unless you're the movie's
that could go bad or good. And I think with the Fast franchise, it's been for the best that you don't write yourself into a corner. It's like, we'll write it out this way. Yes, it's chaotic. Yes, it's stupid, but it works within the confines of the Fast franchise, and not too many other franchises could do what the Fast series does.
Or as I like to say, no witnesses.
Yeah, that kind of shit. It's like, no other movie franchise can do that. I mean, look, there's set pieces in Fast 10 that I thought were great. There's a vehicle that actually shoots rockets out the side of it, which, okay, that's new.
It was on some Twisted Metal stuff, and I loved it.
Mad Max Twisted Metal shit, which I can dig. A character pulls 2 helicopters with his vehicle, which I should have saw this shit coming. This was inevitable. I mean, it's not, there. Lots of detonators being used in this movie, way more than most other movies, which is funny in a way.
Well, I've
never seen a movie. I've never seen any other action movie to have this many detonators. Not even Die Hard could make a claim to that.
No, this is what happens when you're dealing with a homicidal maniac. Like detonators, your boy has a surplus. There's a
All
surplus of
shapes and
detonators.
sizes,
Yes.
big, small. Take your pick. He
I
has
mean,
it all.
if there's a button, he's pressing it.
Oh my god, man! It's
In
yeah,
fact,
man. Yeah.
there was a moment. I know I keep circling back to Metal Gear. There was a Metal Gear moment, and I'm just gonna ask you this
Two.
question.
Two.
No. This one I'm speaking of in particular. I'm gonna ask you this question.
Without
You
spoiling
remember?
it, by the way.
Yeah, without spoiling it, I'm just gonna say, do you remember when Ocelot was on the Volta and he kept saying "bang,
Mhm.
bang"?
Yeah, that's essentially Reyes. Reyes does that in the movie, not once but
No,
twice.
no. See, I wasn't even trying to say. Well, he already said it, but doesn't
I didn't
matter.
say the moments
If
when
you,
it happened. It's just when you see it, you're gonna laugh.
when you see it and you think about it, it's hilarious. I was dying in the theater. I was like, bro, this doesn't end.
And like I remember
This
seeing
has to be by far the most slipperiest villain ever in the
and,
Fast
and,
franchise.
and, and like if you see the trailers for this film, right? Reyes, they made Reyes seem to be this very straightforward, evil villain. You know, kind of like a one note, kind of like a
And the,
Desmond Hansu in
like
like Fast Six, right?
in other words, every villain from the Fast franchise since two.
Yeah, I mean, Cypher's probably the only one that had a little bit of charisma to her.
No, I mean charisma aside, you're still the same super serious villain because I had this interaction with Dominic Toretto,
Yeah,
villain because Domino somehow screwed over me or a
and my
relative
deals.
or a deal that I had going on, that sort
No,
of
no,
thing.
no.
And I was like, oh my god, he was this Jason Momoa was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, because Dante's thing was like, look, like we said before, I didn't really like my dad, but it was family. It's the principle of it, man. Nah, fuck this. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. And I'm like, thank you. I respect that.
Man,
You can say
man
if
stands
you
by
might
his
say it's,
convictions.
hey, most folks might think he's petty for what he's doing. Nah, because if
Nope.
Dom's about family, Dante's about family too, but just in a very, it's the principle of the matter for him. That's all it
You
is.
didn't just it was really the salt in the open wound, the insult to injury. You didn't just take my money. You took my money and you killed my dad.
Yeah, it's like I would have been fine if you just made him broke. Fine, right? Hey, we can rebuild.
Hell, you know what? I would be sore for quite some time if you killed my dad, but I still got my money and I was able to do everything else I needed to do. But
Fine.
you went and did both. You went for the double whammy. So I got to turn it up to 15 and do worse to you.
And the believable thing about this film is that, and I'll give the Fast franchise this: the way they kind of throw Dante in the mix of the events of Fast Five, it works in a way.
That was the most. That was probably one of the most hilariously CG parts for me.
No, it was, but it works
It's
a little bit in a way.
now when I say that this wasn't like Gemini Man bad CG.
Oh no,
It wasn't that. No. But just seeing him get chroma keyed in at a particular part was so funny.
yeah, like the way Reyes and one other character who we're not going to mention get pigeonholed into the events of five in a crazy, bizarre way that the Fast franchise is. It works, but it's like you said, the CG is like, yeah, this is like Back to the Future 2, but not that like good.
Yeah, it was
Like Back to the
it
Future
was
2,
funny.
like Back to the Future 2 did it so well with the like, hey, we're gonna recreate the adventures of Back to the Future 1, but from a different perspective. All right, cool. That's dope seeing it. In this movie, it's like you're lucky it's the Fast franchise and you can get away with this shit. Any other film would have been like bullshit.
I'm looking at this going, yo, the VFX, they knew what was up. They went into the archives. They went into like different camera
They
angles,
might have
which is
filmed a couple of new scenes here and there for some.
oh, they
angles.
definitely filmed some new scenes, but I personally would like to think that they had like shot, like they took archive footage from different angles, which would have been better.
Because even with respect to Dante's involvement in the proceedings of Fast Five, it's like, okay, you're lucky because we didn't see that, that kind of shit, right? And it's like, okay, I can see that, but still, like, this is a stretch.
Yeah.
But fine. But again, it's fine because it's the Fast franchise. And hey,
I mean,
if
put
you're
it
gonna
this
pull
way.
shit, I mean, look, the way that they did the shit with Letty being alive after Fast and Furious, it was kind of a stretch in six. Like, how the fuck are you alive again?
And then when they explained it, oh, okay. Stupid, but okay.
My man didn't double tap. He just said, "Fuck it, let the explosion do. Let God's plan happen." All right, fine, fine.
Again, CJ. This is why I said no double tap, no witnesses, nobody.
I'm just saying, if I was Justin Lin, I would have just said Letty had a twin sister, and
At that
I would have been fine with that. I
at
would have been
that
fine with
point,
that.
no,
Cool.
at that point, when you rule out those three things, character has at least 5 to 15% chances of still being alive and coming back in a future movie.
Twin sister would have been fine. It would have been weird. Dom is crushed on his twin sister, but all right, fine. But nah, she's alive because my man didn't double tap. Got you. Cool.
Which I'm
I'm sorry.
I would have never wanted that. Because if anything,
I told D that after we saw Fast and Furious, right? And I told D about the secret credit ending, right? And even Mendes threw that picture of Letty, right? And I told D, I don't think D told you. I was like, D, I swear to you, I was like, so Letty got a twin sister. Bet.
I remember when I was
I told you that too. And I was
you told me right when I was walking out of the theater, I literally ran. Like I ran back into the theater just to catch the credits. I was faking like I forgot something, but I ran back in that theater and sat through the credits. And I was like, all right, let me see what this is. And I see the ending and I was like, what? Okay.
And it's like that, and that's the thing of how it is with Dante being pictured on the 5, and I'm like, all right, movie, fine. But again, Jason Momoa, I will give him credit. He didn't play his character from Bull in the Head as the villain in this movie. He went straight Joker, Zemo, and it works. It works, and he's still very menacing and that's scary.
It's like imagine if you took Kefka from Final Fantasy VI without the clown makeup and just put him in the Fast and Furious.
Kefka, you know what? Kefka is the best example. Like fuck Joker, Zemo.
Yeah,
Kefka.
You put Kefka in without the makeup.
For all my Final Fantasy heads, Kefka. There it is, right there. Just because that's the best villains are the ones that you can't
actually accomplish.
Yeah, because you can't predict his movements.
Yeah, you can't predict their movements, and they actually accomplish more than one thing.
And I think that's why I was digging this movie is seeing Dom really panic, because every time he thought he had something up on Dante, Dante's like, "Oh, Dom, you thought you had me, didn't you? Nah, bro. Sorry."
See, this is what happens when you come across a villain that actually has your powers.
And knows all your tricks too. It's like,
I know every single trick in the book when it comes to you. And you really think that you could family speech me into submission? Bro, you took my family.
And the funny thing is, the one time Dom did give it over on Dante was like, I mean, I guess you got me, but nah. That all
right.
Everybody gets one, as Spider-Man says. Everybody gets one. All right.
Like, all right. I can honestly say I did not see that one coming. But you still lose.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Like you're still catching this L.
Let me tell you something. The cliffhanger, it literally is on "Good day, sir."
Yes.
And it caught me off guard. It caught everybody off guard because I was sitting back like, all right, so we reached the climax. Where is this gonna end? Huh?
Now, which is the
first time movie in a while that we just, like I said, ever since first time since Infinity War, I've gotten a movie that said, "Oh, we're doing this."
Like since now, which is which one made you feel some way more? The ending to this, the way they ended this one, or the ending we got in Fast 4?
Fast 4 was pretty much like a dick tease.
It really was.
It was a dick. This one was legit. Like, okay, it's like I wasn't disappointed, but it's like it caught me off guard, and that's a good way to do it, kind of thing. Like you didn't do Empire Strikes Back, where it's like, all right, Luke, he got a way to lick his wounds, but like, all right, Vader, you got me. I'll be back. No, this one is like boom, cliffhanger. That's it. Yes. And the funny thing is, the trailers do not even give you what the cliffhanger is. That's the greatest part of it. And I'm thankful for Universal not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm thankful because Infinity War, they kind of sort of did kind of show the ending a little bit. That one a little bit, but I still give credit.
I can't remember, and and this is why I'm glad I never watched.
Them running in Wakanda was kind
of that was the greatest misdirection.
It was a misdirection, but the basis of it was still there in a way. It's just it was done in a very somber way. But nah, this one is like when it ends in a cliffhanger, it's a legit cliffhanger, not no soft cliffhanger. This is a cliffhanger, which makes it even more damning of the fact that we got a writer strike going on, and Fast 11 is going to probably be delayed, which is really going to get people like, fuck, we got to wait how many years for Fast 11 now?
Well, it's quite unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. Like I said, writers' jobs are there, and we got to sit on this, and it sucks. I kind of wish they did Fast 10 and 11 back-to-back filming. That would have been nice, but, you know.
That wouldn't mean that you would have had to have the story finished. Like I'm talking about the ending to this entire franchise already finished. Yeah. Which I don't think they did, which is, I really do believe that while this is supposed to be a trilogy, I really think they only just wrote the story to just this movie. And they're going to go and start.
They had a 2-part. They said, I think it was like 3 years ago, they said they wanted to be a 2-parter. So I don't know how far they wrote.
It's a 2-parter, but think about it. If it's a 2-parter, they would already go ahead and just film both movies back to back if they were like really ready to go. Sure, you planned for a 2-parter, which now has been upgraded to trilogy, and you go ahead and film that first movie, but you only had the story written up to the end of that first movie. Like you actually have to, bring in the writers and, you have to craft a story for the sequels.
Yeah, that's why I said it's unfortunate that it wasn't an Infinity War Endgame thing where they did that movie back to back, right?
Or you know what? You never know. What if they get the script for 11 and 12 and they film those back to back? Like Back to the Future.
If I were them after this writer strike, I would do 11 and 12 back to back personally.
That's what I'm saying. Just do like Back to the Future and film parts 2 and 3 back to back.
That would probably be the smartest idea. And then that way, because at this point, with the way this movie ends and being a legit cliffhanger, you got everybody by the balls at this point. And here's the thing. This having a budget of $340 million, this movie needs to make like damn near $1 billion to recoup,
and it will.
Hopefully,
it will. I'm already cards on the table, man. I'm throwing them down. It's this movie's making.
You think it's gonna make $1 billion?
It's gonna at least make $1 billion. A friend of ours said $1.5 billion, like 1.5.
Because Fury's 9 made $730 million. Which
this is
it made its money back.
And that's an inferior movie compared to this. Highly inferior movie.
And that was during COVID.
So this movie is going to clear $1 billion.
Yeah, this is because F9 came out during when we were kind of coming out of COVID protocols at that point,
and everybody was just looking for any excuse,
entertainment, just to go to theater. So. You're probably right. We just coming off of Avatar making $1 billion just recently. We're coming off of
Spider-Man made $1 billion.
No, I'm just saying this year alone because I think Avatar crossed over $2 billion at this point. Avatar 2 can't cross over $2 billion. Guardians 3 looking like it might crack $1 billion too, apparently, because people were shocked that its second weekend actually didn't do a huge dip, which speaks volumes about how great that movie is. So it's like. I can see $1 billion, $1.5 billion for this film easily, but I think if you're going to do that, then yeah, I agree with you. Fast 11 and 12, you need to do back-to-back filming. Don't even stop. Just be like, no.
Don't wait for it.
Here's the script treatment for 11. Here's the script treatment for 12. Let's film this shit.
Here's the budget of $500 million. Let's go.
I thought the budget for that for 11 and 12 is going to probably end up being like $350
for both movies.
I feel. I think 11 might be $350.
Dude, this movie alone you said was $300. $340. I don't know. I have a feeling that the budget for both of these movies combined is going to be half $500 million.
Oh, so like Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was, I think their budget for both of those total was like $500 million, which they clearly recouped in both of those movies
Yep.
easily. I think
Half
it's
a
like both
billion.
movies combined were like close to $4 billion. So it's like, oh, we're good.
Yeah, $500 million, $500 million budget. Both movies, I think, didn't both movies clear $1 billion? Oh man, I'm sorry, clear $2 billion.
Endgame cleared 2 billion, like 2.3 billion, I
Yeah,
believe,
and
and
Infinity
Infinity
War.
War was like 1.8 billion.
Okay, I
Still,
think
I
it.
mean, that's still fucking 4 billion, dog.
Yeah, I mean, if you kept
So
that, I would say if they kept Infinity War in the theaters a little while
just a little
longer,
bit, smidge longer, but you
like
know,
like 2 weeks, they would have got it back.
you know.
They'd have got that
But
too.
like I say, given that F9, even though it cleared money, it with the way we're at with theaters now, people just want to be. I mean, fuck, Top Gun cleared $1 billion, so that the stage is set for the Fate of Furious to clear $1 billion. So hey, look, I feel people are definitely going to enjoy this movie. I think you folks are going to enjoy this film. Um, all the characters, like I said, just the fact that all the characters are on their back foot for the first time ever, I think that's what makes this movie great.
Yeah, seeing the main characters, it's always satisfying to see the main characters get taken down a peg.
Yeah, and like I said, not just briefly, because
Yeah,
these
I
previous
mean,
Fast movies, it was always just a brief, like, oh shit, they hit a hardship, but then they come back. Like you look, like good example, Fast Five. What was the hardship? Oh shit, the gang, get the Rock's people got killed in that big ass gang shootout with Reyes's folks, and then what's his face died, right?
yeah,
And everybody was,
Vince.
yeah, Vince died, and it was like, oh man, that sucks. They get hardship. And what happened? They turned around, boom, they had this big ass explosion finale, and they won money. That it was just brief, but for the fact of from the start of the credits to the
Like from the
end, the
start to the
team,
end, everybody's getting dragged.
it's like it's like every time they get 2 steps forward, thinking they made progress, it's like 10 steps back. They're getting kicked.
Yeah.
And like I said, and I think that's something that people aren't. Like I said, I think that's probably why a lot of people like I said, a good example, Infinity War and even Empire Strikes Back. Is when you see the heroes really get the screws put to them, so that when they and I mean, it goes back to why I feel Fast and Furious franchise is a whole ass anime. If you really think about it,
That's true.
it's a whole ass anime, shonen anime at times. Especially with the way the heroes go through it. And this is the trying to think of a correlation that Fast 10 would be. I would probably say Fast 10 will probably be, I would probably say the low point of the Frieza saga, where Frieza was really putting the screws to everybody before Goku got revived. I don't know if that's a good correlation. Or maybe when Cell was running wild.
I would say it made more sense with it being Cell because everybody was at the top of their game and they couldn't take them down.
Yeah,
So
probably Cell. Cell is probably the best correlation because Cell had everybody like, fuck, what are we going to do? Is Goku
yeah.
alive? Is he alive?
Then you throw in a little bit of that Boo saga by bringing in everybody that we ain't seen since the first movie and shit.
I mean, it's and you know what? It's like, I don't know whether Vin planned this to be, but it really is like a whole ass anime. Like that's why it's like when people talk about we need live action anime, I was like, it's the Fast franchise. Like it's anime incarnate.
The only thing missing is with the trailer, we need that Smash Brothers thing. Everyone's here.
Oh, it's like
that's really what it is. Like the Fast franchise now is kind of like Smash Brothers. Everybody's here.
I swear to God, Fast 11, we find out Leon pops in for no reason. I'll be like, first off, I'm just gonna turn to you. I'm sorry, Sue. I'm sorry I didn't respect your intelligence on this one. Very apologize.
Listen, it's the same thing I said about people that they bring back for this franchise. Sure, in an interview, they're on the spot. They can say anything. Their mood at that time could have been, I'm not really I'm not really feeling it. I don't really care if I never come back, blah, blah, blah. Money always talks.
Yeah, and also just if the idea sparks to bring them in, that's the
you give somebody the right amount of money. Tell them, like the whole motivation of their character, or like how much of their character is going to be in this movie, how much of an impact their character is going to have on this movie. Dude, you done talked them into doing the movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
shoot, even if their role was brief, but it's impactful, that's what's important.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing out of all of it, is just you just give people opportunities
to be able to. Like I said, everybody's got a price.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a thing, and like I said, it's. I'm hoping that that Vin resists the urge to do what I fear he's going to do. So we'll see how this all turns out. But hey, folks, we spent 45 minutes talking about Fast 10, and we didn't spoil anything. That's a shocker, ain't it?
Oh yeah,
Lord knows we could have spoiled some shit, but we didn't.
We don't even need to. It's too easy not to spoil this. All I can tell you is go see this movie. Go see it in IMAX because it definitely deserves it. There were a ton of.
See it in IMAX.
Yeah, me too. There are a ton of good shots. A lot of the shots, even though this movie is it's heavily CG, the VFX were good, but you could definitely see it when you see it. Like just experience the movie in IMAX. It's really, really good. The soundtrack was really good. Cinematography was awesome. The action, again, this entire movie from beginning to end was just straight up action. It's dope. Go see this movie, please.
Oh yeah, definitely go see it. So with that in mind, that's 3BG at the movies, and we'll be back. Peace out.